Yeah. So, as somebody who in their like work and office life does a lot of filming as well, I'm very curious about your camera.
Okay.
And I'd like to know A, what kind of camera it is exactly, and B, what made you choose it and what the benefits of that kind of camera is, because I've never actually seen this kind of camera.
Yeah.
It fascinates me.
It's so
just like
cool, right?
For anybody who didn't, obviously you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just a block. It just
It's a cube,
It's
yeah.
a cube. It's a cube that you put a lens onto, but it doesn't have a screen itself. And it's
Yep.
it looks a bit like a giant black Rubik's Cube. And I've never seen this.
Okay. So that's like so it's a thing that like developed in the past few years. Like it's a whole genre of like kind of like video cameras. So the camera itself, it's the BGH1. It's like a Panasonic Lumix.
Okay.
So it's like a cube or a box camera, as you call
Yeah.
it. So in the past few years, there's been this like movement of like making videos on like DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, because they're more cinematic than the traditional like video cameras. So in the past few years, there have been these companies like Red and like what's their name also I don't remember the other company, but like also Panasonic, that they made these cameras that are basically cubes, and they're very generic. So they have all these like peripherals, and you can connect it to like a lot of stuff, both like to HDMI and USB, and like you can connect lights to it. You connect it to a
Yeah.
sound system. You can connect it to a LAN. So you can, like, if I'll have, for example, and I'm planning to buy more of these of this exact model.
Yeah.
If you have multiple of these, you can connect all of them through LAN to the same network, and then you can control them remotely.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and start recording at the same time. It's like, it's amazing.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Yeah. So these cameras are like really, really cool, and like they're really high quality. Like this specific model is like, I always say this to people, this is like the cheapest Netflix approved camera model. So like you can use this camera to film a Netflix show.
So like, does Netflix use these kind of cameras? Is that what they're using?
I mean,
is that what you're
Netflix,
saying?
it's like the way it works with Netflix, it's like licensing, right? They like license your show.
Yeah.
Like they produce
But they also
it and
have like their own productions.
Yes, but when they produce something, it's like usually like you come up with something, you contact Netflix, and you tell him,
Yeah.
I have this concept for a show. You usually make a trailer in advance, you show that to them. But they're not so much involved in like the technical aspects as far as I understand, but they have some standards.
Yeah.
So there are some cameras that like are below standard, and like
I
some
see.
cameras that are approved.
Like you need to work with a minimum of this tech.
Exactly. So this
see,
camera
yeah.
is the cheapest one approved for making
can
a
I
Netflix
ask how
show.
much it is?
Yes. So it's around 2,000 euros.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not that much for what you actually get.
Yeah.
The only issue is that you need to also buy a lens separately. If you want to film outside, you need to buy like a screen.
Yeah. There's a lot of the things that you need to go with it, because the cube by itself.
Yeah, it's worthless.
It's worthless.
On its
Yeah.
own. Yeah. You have to at least have a lens.
But that's always the thing with filming. Like, I
Yeah.
know that from my work as well. Like, we, we had a really good camera. I was like, okay, we got this really fancy new lens. Okay, but actually, if we're doing this and this and this, we need a gimbal. So like, but if we need that, it would actually be good to have the like special arm that you can attach.
Yeah.
And then actually, next thing is we're getting like a cage.
Yes.
You can, and so there's like constantly investing in
of course.
tech.
I mean, that's how this industry is built. It's
Yes.
like, it's all about like consumerism. It's like,
Yeah, you need the newest, best tech.
Yeah.
So like,
no, it's also like this camera is built in a way that like you said, you need more stuff.
exactly. It doesn't just work with one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like like when I always buy things, like also like my Zoom F8 F6
The
or
sound machine.
yeah, exactly. Sound machine, the sound card. So it's also like I always try to buy these high-end, very generic stuff, because like then it allows me a lot of flexibility.
Yeah.
I'm really not a fan of like buying like this very like dedicated thing, because of course you have cameras for everything. Like
Yeah.
you have cameras for podcasts, you have cameras for making films, you have cameras for webcams, but like the nice thing about this one is that it's very generic and you can do anything with it. It connects basically to any standard type of connection, like USB-C, HDMI.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like all of these things, and like it has all these like places for screws, like where I put the lights, and you can also put a screen on it.
I've never seen somebody attach lights to their camera. Like that is. I wish you could see this because it's weird, but it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lights you've got, like, so you've got like a blue light and a pink light attached to create this kind of like scene.
Yeah.
Are these lights? Can you change the color of the light?
Yeah, of course. It's completely flexible.
So
and like,
each of them can be any color.
yeah, and it's even programmable. Like I can connect them to the computer, and I can program them to change and even react to things that happen in the video. Like it's very like I said, all the equipment that I buy, I try to make it as generic as possible, so I would have the options to make more
adjust
than
it to what you need as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think that's one of the most important aspects when you, for like any kind of like artist or anything you work with, like when you buy any kind of equipment, it's always trying to think about what are all of the options I could possibly need this for.
Yes.
And what are actually the scenarios that I work in where it needs to be adaptable to that.
Yes.
Like I used to with like illustration, I used to, because I come from like a painting background, and then I used to started illustrating at uni because I studied graphic design, but I used to do painting, and my teacher was like, I think you would be really into, like, have you ever thought of being an illustrator? Because you're actually that cut between painting and graphic design, that middle bit that you feel torn about where you don't know what to do, that middle bit is illustration.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried it?
Amazing.
And I was like, had never thought about that. It's like I always thought I had to be either a painter or a graphic designer. And then I started doing a lot of illustration at uni and continuing forward, but I always did like analog, because I could do graphic design and stuff on a computer, but for illustrating on a tablet, it's a bit hard. Like the old tablets where you can't see what you're drawing.
Yeah.
And just like in Illustrator, you have to draw paths and things. And I found that very tedious for the kind of illustrations I was doing. And years went by and I kind of stopped illustrating a bit because I found the process frustrating of illustrating by hand and then having to scan it in or photograph it and then make it accessible for digital.
Yeah.
And then I got a revolution that was just called the iPad.
Amazing.
Which I had never thought about buying until I was talking to a lot of different friends who were working on an iPad. And I was like, oh, it's too expensive. Like, I'm like really broke. Like, I can't buy an iPad by myself. And my partner and I were talking, and they're a writer. And they write also like on the go and like in a coffee shop, and they were like, we could like split these on an iPad and we can illustrate. That honestly, getting the right tech has kind of changed my life.
Yeah,
because it means I can work when I want, where I want, and it made the process so much easier for myself. So sometimes having the right tech and it being adaptable to your line of work specifically or your projects plural is like it's like a life changer. It's a game changer.
True.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm not making the life easier for myself.
You're making your life harder.
Yeah, no, because like this, like generic, usually these generic equipments, like they're not, they're very unwieldy.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Like you saw now with all the setup, especially because they don't have like like first of all, like the reason I have this equipment that I'm trying to make it as generic as possible is because like I'm trying to start like a studio, right? So it's like I need to be as flexible as possible to be able to make as many types of productions as possible. But like one of the ideals of the studio is that we're not using any proprietary software. It's all open source. So to make the software work with this equipment and to make it work well and to make the sound synchronized with the video, this is very challenging.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see a lot of problems arising with that.
Yeah. So the iPad definitely makes it easier because it's like Apple, and like Apple makes everything like very easy out of the box.
They're trying to make it very
great.
user friendly.
Yeah.
They have like a lot of other things to fault them with, but like user friendliness is not one of them.
Definitely. Yeah. Cool.
Right.
So to
good equipment.
To good equipment.